Hello, ladies. Welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining us. If you're looking for calm, for comfort, for peace and clarity in the midst of chaos, then you are in the right place. So, what's our topic today? What are we discussing today? So, today, ladies, I noticed that we have been on this journey. To those who started with me, I think our very first Sunday dose was in March or April last year, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't go back to check the videos, but I believe it was March or April. And I just realized that it's been over a year, almost just a year, maybe 13 months. And it's a cause for celebration, ladies. It's a cause for celebration. I appreciate you. You've been on this journey. We are celebrating you today. You've been consistent with self-love, self-loving yourself, caring for yourself, prioritizing yourself, choosing yourself, because you know that love comes from within. You now understand that love doesn't come from other people, but it's about you. It's always about how good you are feeling. Everything that you do around you is determined on how good you're feeling. All the choices that you make are choices that makes you feel good. All the sifting and sorting of things, materialistic things, your choices, your decisions, how the people you choose. You see, anything, your encounters, everything that you encounter in this world, all the choices that you in your everyday life, it's something that benefits you. It's something that you know it makes me feel good. So that's what we have learned from, on this journey of self-love. That's what we have realized, that this life is about you. This reality that you're facing every day is a reflection of how you are feeling inside. So I thought today is an accountability check. Let's look how far we have come. I want us to take it's a reflection, it's a day of reflection today. I want us to take our journals and see how far we have come, especially when it comes to people pleasing and anger, fighting and people pleasing. Because I know, before I started this journey of self-love 5 years ago, I had anger issues and I also had people pleasing issues. But if I look at myself today, how I'm running my life, how I'm leading my life, how I'm choosing myself, and how I'm loving the choices that I'm making, the priorities that I'm making for myself, how I'm prioritizing myself in this life. I've seen that I no longer have anger issues. I'm not aggressive anymore. I don't have conflicts with people. But instead, I meet people with grace. I meet myself with grace. I understand where I'm coming from, and I also understand where other people are coming from. It's because of this journey of self love, self awareness, self realization, and self leadership that has put me in that space of clarity. It put me in the space of certainty. You see, it put me in the place of understanding that all the challenges that come to me are as a result of my decisions. And if I don't like what I'm doing, if I don't like what I'm facing, I can change. Everything can change. Anything can change. How you feel, how you think, your perception, the words that you say. If you don't like the way you are reacting to something today, you can always change how you're reacting to something in the future. And for me, self love was the bridge. Self love was the bridge that crossed from self hate, to happiness, from stress to happiness. I used self love as the bridge to cross over to happiness. So my life is happier today because of self love. My life doesn't have conflicts today because of self love. My life is not filled with judgment or people pleasing other people because of self love. So that's the exercise that I would want you guys. I'm inviting you to do that exercise. You've been listening to this phrase, self love, self awareness. Huh? self realization, self leadership. You've been listening to these discussions every Sunday. How has your life improved for the better? How has your life changed? How have your perceptions, how you see things, the same things that you used to view from a lack point of view? How are you seeing this? How are your perceptions changed from a loving point of view? So I want you to take inventory. Take a pen and paper, sit down with your journal, and assess and analyze situations that used to bring anger out of you, situations that used to make you want to people please and make you want to seek validation from other people, that made you want attention from other people, that made you think that other people should change their life in order to make you happy. How are you looking at those situations today, now that you understand self-love, now that you're loving yourself, now that you're leading yourself, now that you're choosing yourself, now that you know you are the main character in your life, and now that you understand that your reality is as a result of your decisions and how you feel inside. Ladies, this is very funny. This is very funny because this morning, I remember this morning, I went to the shops with my husband in the morning. And then when I went into next in the shop next. And then my husband pointed at one dress. And then he said, there's a lady in my office that has the same dress. So he pointed at the dress. Oh, then I said, oh, okay, it's a nice dress. But then I moved on. I moved on and minded whatever I was looking for and minded my own business. And then immediately I started laughing. Immediately I started laughing at myself because I remember the exact same situation happened to me, I think 25 years ago. 25 years ago, I was in a shop and my husband pointed at some dress and he said, some lady in his office dressed like that. I'm telling you, ladies, it was horror on that day because how I interpreted that scenario was, oh, so you want me to dress like people in your office? You want me to be like the girls in your office? You see, and I made horror for him. I know I didn't want to speak to him. I was so angry that he was comparing me with the ladies in his office, and he wanted to turn me into the ladies in his office. I just made the situation so worse. I wasn't talking to him. I was so angry. I don't even know how it ended, but I know I caused a scene about that situation. But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I didn't even know because I was raised to believe that as a woman, as a married woman, your husband should always talk about you. They should never talk about other women and they should not even compare or bring the subject, in my presence. I don't know. That made me very angry. And that story, I would say it to everyone, all my friends. I would tell them, can you believe, and we all thought that wasn't nice. We all thought that wasn't nice, that he shouldn't pass opinions like that because these are ladies from the office, he shouldn't compare me. That's the narrative that I put to the story, and it gave me a lot of stress. It made me so insecure that I didn't even want to go to his office or to meet the ladies that he worked with, because now I felt like he thought those girls were better than me. You see, so that scenario made me very insecure. It made me have less confidence and be so self conscious about myself, and I criticized myself a lot because of that situation. I wasn't a confident woman, but I didn't know because that was for my background and the way we were raised, that men compare women. You see, so so now it happened this morning, and I just remembered how differently I now react, how my reaction to the same situation is different today. Because today I understand that people pass opinions and they have nothing to do with me. My husband is entitled to pass opinions. He works with these people. And when he sees a dress that reminds him of a person in his office, it's his life. It has nothing to do with me. But because back in the day, maybe I was self-centered and I always wanted my husband to only speak about me and to only think about me. You see, because I outsourced my love. I got my love from him, externally. So if at all I feel threatened, he says something that threatens that, then I would be in an insecure. I'll feel insecure because I'll think now I'm going to lose my husband because he's talking about another. So any mention of another woman was a threat to me. And when you feel insecure, when you feel threatened, you attack. You attack because you want to protect what you think is yours. But now, because I understand, I have self love, I understand that I am the main character. His life is his life, my life is my life, and I choose my well-being. And I know that he's not even comparing me to another person. And now I understand that those are stories that we attach to situations, and those stories are what makes us stress. So now I know not to put a story, because what happened for real is he just commented that a lady in my office has a dress like this. That's it. I don't attach any story to say it means this, it means that, it means that, because of understanding self leadership, self realization, and this journey of self love placed me in a position to know that the stories that we tell ourselves are what gives us stress. So if you stop making narratives that crit that devalue you, or narratives that are negative on you, or narratives that do not support your well-being, or narratives that don't nurture you. If you have to do that all the time, you need to be aware. You now need to catch yourself early when you start feeling the urge of self-deprecation, and you avoid that by all means. You see, so that's the difference. So that's what I want you. This is an example of self-reflection, looking at the same situation, how you used to react before you started this journey of self-love, and how you react today. So that's the exercise that I'm inviting you ladies to do. Check how whatever that used to make you angry, what used to make you irritable, what used to make you complain, and what used to make you want to control situations. What gives you the urge of wanting to shout or giving you tension? Those situations, and assess those situations now, because I know life has a way of repeating itself. Like I always say, we live very similar lives, so life has a way of repeating itself. How are you reacting to those situations now that you started this journey of self-love and self-leadership? How different are your reaction or your responses today, with from a self-love point of view? And then when you look at people pleasing, look at the situations that used to cause you to over explain, to overcompensate, to over function, to always want to say yes when you actually mean to say no. Look at those situations. When do you say no now with confidence, without feeling guilt? Because those are the things that we have shared, we have discussed on this journey. Look at the situations that you used to take blame for, but now you no longer take blame, because you understand each person is responsible for their own lives. Look at the situations that you used to take responsibilities for other people's emotions. Look at those situations that you used to take responsibilities for other people's emotions, that you told yourself that it's your job to ensure that everyone around you is happy. Look at those situations and compare with how you feel today when you no longer have that burden. How do you feel today when you know your job is just to make yourself happy, and to make sure that whatever you're doing is also nurturing the people around you? So compare that journey, because today, ladies, it's a cause for celebration. You've been consistent, and obviously life has become happier, because for me, self-love gave me freedom. It gives me a lot of confidence. I've stepped into spaces that I never knew I would be, you know, because I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have this. I never thought that I was good enough. But this journey of self love and self leadership has put me into spaces that 5 years ago, I never thought I would be in those spaces. My health has changed. My career has changed. All my relationships have changed. Huh? My spirituality has changed. You understand? So all this is because of self-love, but it only takes a reflection, a day of reflection in assessing, seeing the differences. How did I used to respond before I started this journey, and what's happening now? What has improved? What would I like to keep? What's not serving me? And what am I continuing? Do I still trust that the journey ahead is okay for me? And am I good enough for the journey ahead? And am I preparing myself? Is self-love preparing me? How has my journey, what has changed in my life now that I'm self-aware, now that I can catch myself early, because before I start being aggressive, or before I start being angry, or when I feel the edge of wanting to complain, I catch myself early and choose how I want to respond, and decide and choose or prioritize my well-being, and prioritize my peace, prioritizing my comfort, prioritizing clarity, understanding that everything that's happening around me, if it's a challenge, it's a lesson. And if it's something that's joyful, that's confirmation that the universe listens. That's confirmation that the universe hears me and orchestrates life to make me happy. And I have cushions all around me that support me whenever I feel like life is not going okay for me. And knowing that I'm always supported gives me the trust and gives me the faith that I need to know that where I'm going is good and everything is going to be okay. So, do the exercise, do the reflection before and after self love, and let me know how it has been going for you. Let me know what has improved in your lives. So, I celebrate you, ladies, today. I thank you so much for being consistent. This is good. You're showing up for yourself, yourself, you're choosing love, you're choosing you. You are the queen. I salute you. Thank you. Take care of yourself and have a pleasant week. Bye bye.